Long before Georgia players take the field, it takes a team of about 30+ people working behind the scenes to make sure those guys are outfitted correctly. Everything from the helmet to a favorite pair of socks to Kirby Smart's visors. They let us into the inner sanctum today, so let's take a look. Also, there's not normally a bar in here. That's for an event Friday night. It'd be cool if they had a bar in their locker room, but they do not.
In a typical game week, after practice on Thursday, everyone's gear gets loaded up, and on Friday it's brought to the locker room at the stadium. If it's an away game, it all goes on an 18-wheeler before driving to the destination. Every item goes on a checklist, and after a player packs a bag, an equipment manager double-checks it. Everything they do, all spring practices, all the summer workouts, fall camp, it's all leading up to basically 12 days a year. You'll see 95 lockers here, and the detail behind each setup can blow you away if you look closely. A player's game loop can bundle everything from socks to undershirts, and the equipment managers have to keep track of not just cleats, but the custom orthotics sometimes worn inside. Not just shoulder pads, but also what's called a catapult, a little device that tracks metrics such as speed and also the distance a player has walked or run that day.
So basically you can see everything is laid out. So when Tresman Marshall comes in here Saturday morning, he doesn't have to do a thing. Everything is done for him.
We got to speak with Gage Witten, Director of Football Equipment and Apparel, who broke down what all goes into prepping for a game. There are 3 staff members, 18 full-time students on scholarship, and also 12 volunteers making this whole thing go. Witten said his favorite part of the job is working with students who can work as much as 40 to 50 hours a week, 6 days a week, and they rotate on Sundays, so it's a full schedule. We spoke with one student, Jayan Patel, a junior studying finance and sports management, to ask about his experience.
So what's your favorite part of doing what you do? Because it seems like there's a big sense of kind of camaraderie between y'all.
Definitely winning games with these guys. It's a great vibe. The players are all great. You see them around campus, you see them in the facility, they'll say what's up to you. It's fun to be around.
Now, what's the biggest challenge? Because it does seem like, I mean, if someone loses a shoe, or if you're like at an away game and someone doesn't have the right stuff, like it's kind of on you. Like, is that ever stressful? What's kind of the biggest challenge?
That's biggest challenge is just making sure that you have everything, like checklist. We check, double check, triple check everything just to make sure everybody has everything.
A lot of the setup is done on Thursday and Friday, so if something is ever forgotten or out of place, they give themselves a little more time to figure it out. But after the first home game and away game of the year, it becomes routine. It's actually not just the players' stuff they have to keep track of, but the coaches as well. So, when you see Kirby Smart sporting his visor on Saturday, now you know who set it out for him.